Hey guys, this week's video is dedicated to all the brothers and sisters in the land of Israel. Thank you everybody who took part in our campaign this past week. Thank you so much. Next week is Hanukkah. Tuesday night's our big party. Go to ygprochester.com if you haven't signed up yet. As well as if you or anyone you know needs a Chanukiah, needs a menorah or candles, etc., please reach out to us. We have many we would like to share with you. Okay, Alfred Nobel. The Nobel Prize is known as, the most well-known is the Peace Prize. It was actually just in the news this past week. But really, the Nobel Prize is for many areas of excellence. But the person behind it, Alfred Nobel, is probably a very unlikely candidate to do this, to donate all his wealth to this. You see, his wealth came from explosives. He created dynamite. He had factories making all these explosives. And the question is how did he shift? Why did he decide to leave all his money towards the Nobel Prize? And many people believe that there was an incident that played a part in this. And that was that 8 years previously when his brother passed away, reporting wasn't great, and a newspaper thought that Alfred had died. And they wrote a scathing obituary, calling him the Merchant of Death. This was somebody who was responsible for death all over the world because his explosives were used many times in war. And so Alfred had the unique ability to see what the world thought of him while he was still alive. He read his obituary while still alive, and that played a part in him shifting his focus towards the end of his life. And he wanted his legacy to be very different than that. And that's why he left all his wealth to create the Nobel Prize. In this week's Torah portion, Parshat Vayeshev, we begin the story of Joseph over the next 3 Torah portions. It's a roller coaster, his life. From his brothers selling him as a slave, coming down to Egypt, becoming an estate manager, and then having the wife of Potiphar accusing him of rape, ending up in jail. It's such an up and down. At the end of this week's Torah portion, we have Joseph in prison. And there are 2 other inmates there, the Pharaoh's butler and baker. And he notices that they're disturbed, and they say, "We had dreams and we don't know what they mean." He says, "Tell them to me." And the butler says, "There was 3 bunches of grapes in my dream, and I'm squeezing them into Pharaoh's goblet and serving it to Pharaoh." And the baker says, "I had a similar dream. I was standing, I had 3 baskets on my head, and the top one was full of bread for Pharaoh, and birds were eating from it." And Joseph interprets the dreams very differently. He tells the butler, "In 3 days' time, you will be reinstated as Pharaoh's butler." And then he tells the baker, "In 3 days' time, you're going to be executed." The dreams are very similar. How did he read into them so differently? But there's a glaring difference if you look at it. In the butler's dream, he's an active participant. He's squeezing the grapes into Pharaoh's cup. He's serving it to Pharaoh, whereas the baker, he's passive. He's just standing there. The birds are eating from his baskets, from the bread, and he's doing nothing. Synonymous with death. Passivity is synonymous with death, while being a participant is synonymous with life, and Joseph saw that. In life as well, we can go through life like the butler or the baker, okay? We can be active participants. We can make a difference, or we could be like the baker. We let others write our narrative, write our story, write our obituary, write our legacy. Life is happening to us as opposed to us doing life. We're a victim of our circumstances, of our upbringing, social status, whatever it is. We resign ourselves that this is life. Life is happening to me and there's nothing I can do about it. That's the baker. That's just being passive. The butler teaches us no. Joseph says no. To be alive every day that God gives you on this world, you have to be an active participant. You can make a difference. You can change something. You can change yourself, your surroundings, those around you. You can change the whole world. We have to be active participants, not just let life happen to us and let others write our story. We have to write our own. Shabbat Shalom.